Okay, here we go. I just posted the link up in our Google Classroom, and now we are going to draw a card. Let's go ahead and get started. Just give me one moment here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to start with the ever so beautiful circle. Remember, draw it kind of towards the middle of the page so that there's room top and bottom, left and right, so we can add more detail. I'm going to put a circle right there. That's where we're starting. That's how we're starting this alligator today. And let's go ahead and kind of move on. Now, this is going to be the alligator's eyeball, in case you were curious. So, in fact, we're going to add our highlight right there, kind of add some more depth to the eyes, so it's not just this dark circle. Otherwise, it looks like a hole in its head. I'm going to add just a little bit of white there, so it looks like the light is shining on it. Now, from there, we are going to draw a half circle around our current circle. I think you already see where we're kind of going with this. That is going to be how the eyes kind of stand up on the alligator's head. The next thing is we're going to draw a line to the left, kind of an upward angle. Okay, and as long as you would like its snout, that's how long you should draw the line. And then after that, you're going to draw a smaller half circle. Oops, let's add a little bit more curve to that line. Smaller half circle at the end. Okay, so far, so good. Now, our next step is to give our alligator a nostril. So go ahead and draw a dark circle in there, and boom, look at that. Kind of looks like a key, but I can kind of see the alligator already developing. So from there, we are going to work on its jaw. Kind of jaw, body, the whole kit and caboodle, okay? So what we are going to do is we're going to take this, and we're down like that and meet it up with this line. So these lines should line up, okay? Now, before we add any more to the body, we're going to come right about here, right where you want that mouth, and we're going to give it a little bit of a smile, but this smile is going to get a lot meaner here in a minute. So let's add a little there, a line there for some depth. Make it look like it's got a little bit of a cheek, okay? Now, what we're going to do is we are going to add those teeth. You can make them look as mean or as nice as you want. I'm going to make mine look a little mean. They're going to be a little bit more pointy. If you want them to look nicer, go ahead and round them off. So you see how I'm doing V's right here at the point. If you want to look not so deadly, you can round off those teeth and make them look a little bit more friendly. Okay, so we've got our mouth. Now we're going to continue with our body, okay? So here's what's going to happen. We're going to come back up to where we finished this eye on the head, and we're going to do a very long, almost not quite a U. It's more like a slope. I don't know really what to call it here. I'll show you what I'm talking about, and you can follow along. Okay, so we're going to come down and go up. That's simple, okay? Up and down, and then now we're going to add some legs to our alligator. So we are going to come back down to this bottom line, and we're going to come just above our body line, or like where our neck is, and we're going to come down and round it off and come back up, about the same height. If you want to go a little bit higher too, that's totally fine. Next up, we're going to add another leg. It's obviously on the other side, so what we're going to do is we're simply going to make a round line, and boom, there you go. 2 legs already moving along. Great job. Okay, next thing is we're going to add the gator belly, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to try to continue from right here, but we're not going to go over the line. We're going to come around, and we're only going to go about that far because we've got some other legs to add in here. So because of that, we're going to, again, go above the line, down and around and back up. Now that leg's a little bit shorter than the others, but it's a back leg, so that's totally fine. Now, the next thing is we've got to get a leg back here again. So once again, we're going to go down, around, and back up. And just like that, you've got all 4 legs for your alligator. Now, we got to finish off this tail. We need to make it look even more gator-like. So what you're going to do, and again, this back tail part, you can round it off if you want it to look nicer. You can make it a little bit more pointy if you want to do that. whatever floats your boat. So I'm going to, again, continue this line, and I'm going to thin it out and bring it up, and I'm going to do like a little curve right there at the top. Not quite pointy, but, you know, not super rounded either, so it still looks like there's a gator tail there. Okay, next up, we need to add some claws. Now, there's two ways I'm going to tell you can do these claws. You can either do them on the outside of this circle and give them some points, make them look mean, or you can go ahead and just kind of do that. That looks more like a hoof, to be honest. So I'm going to go with the pointier ones, okay? That's what I'm doing. You don't have to do it, but I'm going to go and pretty much just put W's on my gator. Okay. Now, we need to give it, you know, some scales. Alligators are scaly, okay? They're practically dinosaurs, so let's get them the scales they deserve. They've been through so much, and they need it. Now, we're not going to color this whole thing and fill it with scales. That would be a lot, but we are going to do it to the back. By doing it to the back, it gives for a little bit more depth, and just it'll give you the scales, but it won't quite. What was I going to say? It won't quite take forever and do like little boxes, okay? So we're going to come a little bit past right here, okay? And we're going to do like a little backwards curve. And we're going to simply kind of curve it around. And then we're going to curve it back up. And then this is just something that we're just going to keep doing. And we're just going to kind of curve it around and curve it back up. And curve it around and curve it back up. And curve it around and curve it back up. And they're going to get a little bit smaller because they're going up the tail. If anything, think of the tail as being a little bit farther away, so you're not seeing it as well, right? And just like that, actually, let's go up a little bit further. I'm going to go that far, okay? Now, guess what? You've drawn an alligator. Whoa, what? Okay, now we just got to color it in. First thing is, I know you want to start with green. We're not going to start with green. What? I know. Crazy. We are actually going to start with, if you have like an orange or a yellow or an orangey yellow, we're going to start with that because we're going to give the bottom of it, we're going to give the gator some more color. They're not actually totally green. We're going to give them just a little bit more. So we're going to come right here below the teeth, and we're going to color this all the way down to like right in here, okay? And you'll understand once it's all colored in. It'll look more gator-like. Actually, let's kind of curve that in. Now we're going to color the belly the same color, because the underside of an alligator is actually like a lighter color. And then we're going to bring this all the way on the bottom side of the tail. Now, there we go. That works. I'm also going to color its claws this color because those claws are probably nasty. They've probably been in a bunch of different animals and probably eaten a ton of different things. So we've got that. And now we're going to move to the green. Now our green is going to be pretty much the whole gator. I'm going to do the scales a little bit darker color, I think. That one's totally up to you. But from here on out, it's a lot of green. You know, this is actually a pretty good alligator. I'm pretty impressed with myself. And I'm sure I'd be impressed with you if I could see it, because guess what? Everyone has their own art style. And I'm sure you are all doing phenomenal. And remember, if you think you made an accident, the way I look at it, in the words of Bob Ross, it's a happy accident. You can always do something with it. I know I told this story once before, but I was doing this painting thing, and I thought I ruined it. So I went from like a normal painting to like a splatter paint because I splatted on there, and I just kept going, and it turned out absolutely beautiful. So you just have to work with what you have and kind of just make it your own. So I'm not going to actually use a different green. However, I'm going to color a little bit harder. So you see how I lightly color this? I'm going to color harder in here. And you see how this is the same color, but they actually look totally different? It's because you're putting more of that colored pencil mark on there. And I just want to emphasize these scales. And I know I'm not coloring in the lines, but these are all going to be the same color, so it's totally fine, right? Even if I went out of the lines, oh well, it just means your alligator might have got splatted a little bit or something. But there you have it. This is the alligator for today. I hope you all enjoyed. It was actually pretty simple. I'm pretty proud of this drawing. Some of my drawings have not been so great, but this one turned out to be pretty good. With that being said, have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.